everybody, we're here in Red Rooster's training lab, and today I'm going to show you how to brew on my favorite device, the Chemex. I love it because it uses a microfiber filter, it pulls sediment from coffee, and it makes the end result very clean, very crisp, which is why it's my favorite. We're going to brew a decaf on the Chemex, a Colombian sugarcane Decaf De Caña. What makes this decaf so special is that it uses what's called a sugarcane decaffeination process, where it uses natural ethyl acetate and spring water as a combination to decaffeinate the coffee. And what's really cool is that the harvesting, the processing, and the decaffeination is all done in the same region in Colombia. To get started, I'm going to measure my coffee. Now that we have our coffee weighed, we are going to set our water temperature. Next up, I'm going to grind my coffee. I'm using the Comandante grinder. What we're going to do is just going to pop the lid off here. We're going to add our coffee. And then we're also just going to make sure our grind is adjusted to where we need to be. Right here you have an arrow pointing to finer grind size and then coarser grind size. We want our grind to be a little bit coarser simply because that microfiber filter is so thick, and we need a little extra help in making sure that the flow rate is where it needs to be. So we're going to adjust a little bit coarser. I'm going to go one notch, and you'll kind of feel it click into place. And then once it's into place, you just put this piece back on, twist it, and then you're ready to grind. So next up, we need to get our filter ready for our Chemex. So you get to do a little bit of origami. Fold it in half, fold the smaller part again, fold the side that is not open into the other side, and there you have it. You have your filter. Now, when you open it, you're gonna have the three pieces on one side and only one single layer on the other. The side that's thicker with the three pieces is going to sit up against the lip of your Chemex. This is gonna help avoid any channeling and also any drips in your coffee. All right, next up, just wet our filter. Why do we do that? We do that because we want to heat the decanter up. Also want to wet our filter to get rid of any papery taste. Just make sure you discard that water or else you're gonna brew into it and then it's just gonna taste really funky and weird. I'm gonna tear our scale and get our coffee in our filter. 20 grams, level our bed out, tear our scale, and now we're ready to brew. First up is the bloom, obviously, so we're going to start our timer. We're going to pour in 40 milliliters of water. We're just doubling the amount of the coffee that we're using. So we're using 20 grams of coffee, so we're gonna do 40 milliliters with our bloom. We're just gonna make sure we saturate all those grinds and that the CO2 is able to be released from the coffee grinds, pulling out all those nice, juicy acids and sugars and fats. We're gonna start our timer. Gonna let that go for 30 seconds. And as you can see, this is starting to bubble up and create kind of like a dome. That's our bloom, that's what we're looking for. At 30 seconds, we're gonna start pouring again, just nice and slowly, continuously. Again, we're going to 320 milliliters. We want our time to hit around 3.5, almost 4 minutes. So about 3.5 minutes of water delivery time and then 3.5 to 4 minutes of water contact time. I'm not so much paying attention to my liquid out as I'm brewing, but more so the level of the water with the coffee bed. So I want to keep the water level suspended above those coffee grinds. I don't want the water passing through the coffee grinds until the very end of the brew. Around 250 milliliters, I'm gonna stir my coffee just to make sure that there aren't any grounds trapped at the very bottom of this cone shape. So I'm just gonna give it a quick little stir, a quick little agitation, and then continue with my brew. I'm at 320 milliliters, right at 3 minutes. I'm just gonna give it a quick little swirl so I don't have any high and dry grinds kind of trapped up on the top of the filter. And then I'm gonna let it keep brewing, and this should finish brewing around 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes. So right before that water level passes through the grinds at the very, very end of the brew, I'm gonna pull my filter. I'm at 3 minutes and 45 seconds, so I'm right where I want it to be, between 3.5 and 4, and discard. Okay, so hear me out. It is decaf, yes, but it is so delicious, so complex, so sweet. On first sip, you're going to taste licorice or anise, almost a fennel, and then it's gonna move into a little bit more of a graham cracker, praline, and lime acidity. You're not even gonna know that this is a decaf coffee. If you aren't told that it's decaf and someone hands you this coffee, you're not even gonna know. You can purchase this coffee on our website, in our retail shop here in Floyd. You can also purchase this Comandante grinder and the Chemex as well on our website.